Well, hey folks, FS19 here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to FS19 and the Ricciville map. I traded my truck in. For some reason, the single axle truck, I don't know what it is, but with that trailer that we use, there it is off in the distance, which is, again, it is a giant stock trailer. It's like it is always pivoting side to side on the trailer mount. So even if you're going straight down the road, either the cab or the trailer rocks side to side. And, hey, let's race the boat. Alright, well, I've clearly lost that race. And that got a little bit annoying, so I'm going to try the dual axle. Let's see if that's... the kitty's going crazy. Yeah, you. Not a little more stable for me. So, while we putter about here, the small good, we're getting a little bit of wool production. I like to see that. Nice. While we're puttering about this morning, a bit of cleanup on aisle C, I'd like to discuss the map a bit. Now, the other day I was lucky enough to catch John and Steve and the whole crew there doing what is essentially prepping their server with this map. And oh, by the way, these are all the map creators that I'm talking about. Oldman 102, John Miller Inc., etc., etc. I was lucky enough to catch them on YouTube and Twitch. Unfortunately, I missed them on Mixer, but I did catch them on the other two, and I think it was pretty much the same sort of deal. And while I was watching them, oh, and by the way, amazing job you guys are doing. It occurred to me that, you know, at the same time I was reading the Facebook page and, you know, John talking about the updates that are coming and Oldman on with, you know, new factories and new productions and all of these things. And I realized there's a little bit of a concern starting to creep into all of this. And that is that this is starting to turn into one of those almost never-ending projects. Now, what I mean by that, I've got a lot of hours in this game. You know, as much as anyone, I guess. And I've been on a lot of maps. I've been on very, very simple maps. And I've been on maps like, you know, the Pleasant Valley and stuff like that, where you could spend hundreds and hundreds of hours just setting up single production chains. And what concerns me is that from looking at everything that's already available, looking at the different production lines, and then listening to, you know, and reading what Oldman and John had to say about upcoming production, upcoming products, etc., etc., what concerns me is a thing that in game development is referred to as feature creep. And the problem is, that particular issue has killed a lot of prospectively really good games, you know, and this isn't meant as a criticism, just perhaps a concerned viewpoint. That seems to starting to be happening here. You know, we've already got enough production to basically keep, well, not only a single player, but judging from the amount of work that they were putting in on the server, any multiplayer setup, about as busy as you'll ever get. So where does that sort of level off? You know, we've already reached the max of what Giants normally allows you to put onto a thing. you know, in a couple of different ways, and it's caused issues. You know, now there seems they've gotten around it, but again, where does it actually end? You know, when do we reach a point where we don't have to pull up a factory and replant it because, oh, now it's part of a different production chain and deals with these 3 products that it didn't used to deal with? I would almost at this point wonder whether most, if not all, of the desired production isn't already here. Oh, what? There's just a bit too much to dump the rest? That seems a little outrageous. Alright. Well. Yeah. We can't leave it there. Alright. And it may be what wouldn't be a nice thing to see going into development now would be sort of a completed map. And by completed, I don't mean we're not going to see upgrades or changes as, you know, Giants introduces new mechanics and different things come on to the maps. But in so much as when we choose to start a game on the map, there should be a version that has the factories included. You know? Like Paradise Valley or any of those huge production maps did. You know, now granted, when those were being done, for the most part, we didn't have quite the same amount of give and play as we have with placeables now, thanks to things like the Place Anywhere mod, and the fact that, well, Giants has kind of made FS19 to be a whole bunch more about the placeables and about being able to paint terrain and, I'm going the wrong way, do all those sort of things, you know. But like I said, how far does it go before we realize that, okay, like this next update that's coming, I believe Wise Potato Chips is getting upgraded, I think maybe Sam Adams, and a couple of the other factories, because there's more production coming. You know, and it's going to add other factories, things that are going to, like, you know, the hen house is getting an upgrade, so we're going to get feathers out of there, I believe, and bone meal. You know, and the bone meal is going to be used in another production thing, which, in a really weird one, too. I'm sorry, but taking something that's basically a soil amendment and turning it into a food seems a little rough, but hey, they do worse things in the world these days, so I guess we should just live with it. So, I don't know. Like I said, it's just an opinion. I'm certainly not complaining about what's been done. You know, this is one of the most remarkable modding jobs that we've had come to Farm Sim 19. And as far as being a complete package is as well. You know, but like I say, could that end up being the issue? Is this one of those things that is just going to cause more and more trouble because the package isn't complete? You know, and these guys aren't really looking to make it complete. You know, because there's always one more really cool idea, and there's always one more really cool thing we could produce, and like I said, that becomes what's known as feature creep. And I would hate to see this map lose sight of what it is, which is an incredibly good production map. You know, and maybe lose a lot of its followers in the process. But, like I said, just opinion. You know, I really love the map. It's great. There we are. That was fairly painless for some reason. And I plan to put a ton more hours into it. Alright, now... Dexter, you haven't shut up for 10 minutes. Do you think you could just stop for once? Nah. Well, I'll go in the hallway and yell. I don't know what he's up to. Alright, so let's Suppose I could have looked at where I was on the tractor. There we go. Oh, actually, I don't want to take this back out there yet. There was a reason. I've swapped this one over too. Just mainly to get a different wheel set and front loader onto this. And then I forgot to get the actual front loader. Hang on a second. Oh, now you're not going to drop the front weight? Good for you. Let's try and do this before any traffic shows up. I don't know if that's been adjusted, but it just seems lately that there's very little traffic compared to how much there was. So, which might be alright, because some of them were a little bit annoying. But yeah, there's seems to be long periods of time when you can look both ways and there's just nothing. Yeah, that's pretty much my little spiel about the map. And really enjoyed watching those guys working on that thing. Although I gotta say, building that server, I haven't seen that much concrete in I don't know how many years. Yeah, there's more concrete in the one industrial park that John was working on than we have in this entire town that I live in, and that includes the bus station, the airport, you know, the ferry landings, etc. Yeah, which are the biggest parking lots, etc. that would be in town. You know, and the malls and all the, yeah, the entire thing, man. Seriously. But I mean, he was putting in 3 or 4 or 5 of each of the different plants, right? Because it is being set up for a multiplayer server. Looks like it'd be a pretty cool place to hang out, actually. But, and I'm sure they will have far more success than I did on my server. That is quite the effect of those pipes out over the water there from the silo. Well, I never realized that before. I guess that's a pickup for the barge, isn't it? I also saw them working on a section of the map that I didn't even know existed. Yes, indeed, after all the hours on this map, there's still, where was it? Oh, I think they were down in here. And there's apparently, somewhere in here, there's a train wreck. And I'm not sure if they were trying to dig the trains out or what. Unfortunately, I can't sit at any of my devices for more than about half an hour, 40 minutes. Otherwise, I'll more or less seize up. Okay. Good wheel bearings in that thing, let me tell you. Alright, we want to go here. We want to go front load me nows. And this is, what, a medium tractor? I guess a 30 is probably going to be what we want. Yeah, that's fine. I'm not going to spend the money coloring it. Alright, and with that, I would like a pallet fork. There we go. Because this guy is going to be kind of my general purpose out in the world tractor. And by that I mean it's going to go up to the mines and move the belts. It's going to go to the lumber yard and move the pallets. That sort of thing. So, not going to need to haul heavy loads. It's not going to need to haul heavy equipment. It just needs to be relatively mobile and relatively stable. And, like I said, have a front loader on it, which our last one didn't. Now, this one's got a pretty decent speed as well, since it is going to be doing a fair bit of travel in a boot. Yeah. I really don't look forward to having to pull some of these factories up and place them back down. Just because, like I said, I have been going through the bother of actually, you know, landscaping around them and that sort of thing, not just stamping concrete tiles in between them all. So, the problem is, of course, as soon as you place them, they put that big concrete footprint back down, which you have to kind of cover up and make look pretty. Because, well, pretty's important. Still can't cut grass. Oh, and thanks to all of you for... This is, you get so used to mods, eh? That I'd completely forgotten that using that particular set of mowers won't leave you a swath. That was actually a mod that would allow it to swath. So, yeah, anyways, yeah, that's no longer a thing of concern. I got rid of that and got the big mower. So, we shall be using that. However, unfortunately, it's still not time for a big mower. So, we have to wait one more day, and it's so early in the day that I don't know that I want to. I may up advancing here. May indeed. Alright. Now I did start the lumber plant up this morning. As you can see here, Bear City Lumber is functioning. It's off again. Why does it keep shutting off? It has logs and coal. Start. Okay. It's hanging in there for a moment. Okay. Well, that's twice now. It's just out and stopped on me. I mean, we have logs. Not a ton, but we have logs. And we have coal. It should just keep running, but I don't know why. It just keeps stopping on me. Alright. I wonder if it stops when I get out of the loading range. Like, no, I guess Farm Sim isn't actually chunk loaded, is it? So, it's just, yeah, that's weird. The first time I turned it on, and it turned back off almost immediately. Well, that's odd. Have I done something wrong? So I turned it back on again, and it was fine. Now I've gone to the shop and done a few other things, and suddenly it seems it's not so fine again. Huh. Interesting. So everything else is all rightish, I think. Yeah, looks to be. Alright, let's have a look at our numbers, because maybe it's time to simply move along here. Alright, the chickens are good for days. The cows, yeah, we might get a little low on TMR and straw by the end of the night, but it shouldn't be anything critical. And how about El Puercos? Yeah, I think I'm going to run a little bit of water to them. Now, I know they have those pumps, but I got to be honest with you. After the little adventures I was having on my little single-player map there, having animals die every time I logged on and finding out it's because they were out of water because the plumbers were being slow butt with the thing. And then even after all the piping's in place, to find my cow trough empty when it's supposedly being filled automatically, yeah, it's made me just a little bit leery about what I can and can't get away with for water. Alright. So let's get off to Piggy Land. Because I would like to advance time. I don't think there's all that much left I can do today. Shy of going and messing with the factories and such, but that's it, eh? Uh-huh. Alright, well. That was worthy. Oh, I'm driving over my pump. No wonder it's not filling the trough. I've probably broken it by now. Alright, now these things. I believe the side with the meter is the fill side. Well, if it is, it doesn't like me, so... Really? There we go. Okay, so the side without the meter is the load side. Oh, come on, I had a 50-50 chance. Did you think I'd get it right on the first bounce? Boom. Alrighty. Okay, well, again, I don't have a farmhouse. So... the only way I can advance time is like this. And I know this is a little bit shorter episode, but I think rather than get you guys to, or make you guys sit through 5 minutes of me advancing time here just to try and get through till the nighttime, and then another 5 minutes as we get through the nighttime and blah blah blah, or cut or anything, well, we're going to be starting on this stuff next time around, so, because, yeah, it's still not where it needs to be. I tried already, and it will not mow, so, I'm going to call the episode there. It is a little early. I think we're just over the 20-something minute mark, which, yeah, it's a bit light. I will make it up for you next time. There's just unfortunately not a whole bunch to be done in this particular day. So, hope everybody enjoyed the episode. If you did, you know what to do. Please hit that like button. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to help support the map developers of this thing as well. You know, watch them on Twitch, watch them on YouTube, Mixer, and there are PayPal sites. All of those things, including the reason for the naming of the farm and all of that, is in the description down below. So I do encourage you all to read it. Till next time, though, this has been Species 7, bouncing up and down on top of the fence. Take care of each other, folks, and ciao for now. Traffic! Woohoo! Ciao for now.